how do you know if you belong? How do you feel like you belong? It is, for me at least, a very elusive feeling and one that I've struggled with almost my whole life. And I don't think I'm alone in that, but it sure does feel like you're the only one feeling that, especially if you're neurodivergent or neurotypical. I don't know. Y'all tell me, but that feeling of belonging has just always felt so elusive. And I'm like, when do you know that where you are is where you belong? Like, is there a telegram that you get in the mail? Is there an owl that's going to fly in and drop the note at your feet and say you have been accepted into the world of belonging? I didn't get my telegram. I didn't get my owl delivery, but I got a lot of lessons along the way. And so I was in my 20s, awkward AF. I mean, I know people who knew me back then and they're like, oh my God, you're so cool. I'm like, I was a bubbling cauldron of insecurity. How could that have been portrayed as cool? And I think it actually did me a disservice because my vulnerability didn't show. And so the connections didn't come that easily to me. So anyway, I'm in my 20s and I live in Coal Valley, which is this really cool place in San Francisco. And I loved it. I love the color, the little cheese shop, the little dry cleaner, the little cafe. And I really loved it. And I was waiting to belong to this community. But everywhere I got in my life, it felt like people had already been there for decades before me. I don't know how I could feel that way when I was like 11, but it started so young and there really couldn't have been that much more time that these people were there before me, but it always felt like an eternity. So I'm living in Coal Valley. I'm really loving it, but I'm waiting until I feel like this is my town. This is my community. I belong here. And for now, I'm just enjoying it. And someday, right, that letter will come. And then my friend Amanda moved to town. I don't know where she was living then, but we had been roommates and she moved into Coal Valley after me. Okay? I don't know how many years after me. And we went to go run errands. And I have the most vivid of memories of us going into the cheese shop that I'd gone to constantly because they had this really good like Chev and cranberry like compote sandwich. I don't know. That was good. Anyway, we walk in there and everybody's like, Mandy, what's up? Hey girl. Ba, 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 ba. And I'm like, wait, what? What? I mean, they were always polite to me, but she had the energy of belonging. She was one with these people. And it dawned on me in that very instant, Mandy didn't wait for her owl delivery. She did not wait for the telegram. She did not wait for anybody to give her validation that this was her community. She owned it. She walked in. She said, mine. I was in awe. I would like to say at that point in time, everything changed and I did that, exactly that all the time. I did not. When I did move back to the East Coast and I moved to Hyattsville, I set an intention of this sense of belonging and I joined everything. I participated in everything. I overshared. That wasn't too hard. And I created a community with a distinct intentionality. Okay. And I had so many friends, so many pockets of people that I felt comfortable being around. But do you know what was still oddly missing? The belonging. I knew I was, I guess, popular. I don't know. I knew that I got invited everywhere, but I still felt like I needed to play a role in order to be accepted. I had to be the entertainer. I don't know who I had to be. Eventually, I joined a band, which I loved. I got to sing. I joined this Cajun Zydeco band. Y'all, I do nothing. I'd been to New Orleans once. I didn't know anything about the music. I didn't know anything about the history, and I didn't know how to Zydeco dance. But I embraced everything about it, and I loved performing because that was the closest way I felt to connecting to my community, was providing entertainment, was providing a place where they were connecting, where they were dancing. But it dawned on me, I still didn't feel like I belonged unless I was providing a service of some kind. I got to go to that gig because I was on the stage. I got invited to the party because my band was playing the party. I got invited places because of this energy that I brought that created a belonging among other people. But guess what? I still didn't feel like I actually belonged. And I wanted to do something about it. So the first thing I did was get off the stage. Literally, I took a break from the band and I got off the stage and I got down on the dance floor. I went from seeing a sea of very friendly faces to being surrounded by people I was getting to truly know. And they were truly getting to know me. And it almost felt like for the first time. And now I am ready to get back up on that stage. But instead of going from the stage down, I am going from the dance floor up. Because now I am connecting with all these friends. We are singing together. We are making music together. We are collaborating together. We are laughing together. And sometimes we're mourning together. And it feels like real belonging. And I'm really excited this time. Because although I feel very, very appreciated by my community, by what I can offer, I feel even more appreciated for just being who I am. I hope I see you on the dance floor.